When we are talking about people who are responsible for this crisis, we always talk about bankers or institutions or political people. What we need to do is to find names, find their faces, find their names, and ask them to take responsibility of what they have done, because it's not ours to do. It's their problem.
You have to talk to them directly, and you have to demand answers from them. And if you are demanding answers, well, I can promise you they are having problem giving you strict answers because they don't have them.
The reason why I think the protests in Iceland did so good in the beginning of the crisis and actually managed to in the end devolved into the pots and pan revolution, which got the government away, is because the guy who was actually organizing them and the people who were organizing them, they put just up very simple goals, 5 goals. We were fighting for the government to resign. We wanted to make elections. We wanted the CEO of the central bank to resign. Financial supervisory authority to go away because they didn't do their jobs. And we wanted, to be able to vote for a new government.
After we have gotten all those things Gunnar just mentioned, we figured out more things that needed to be done. We needed a new constitution. We needed to figure out how to secure employment for all the people. We needed to figure out a way to maintain the welfare system and the education system. So those things are what we are fighting for now. The referendum was organized when people starting to sign a complaint towards the President of Iceland to get this referendum. That's why the President gave us a choice and the referendum was made so that we could vote on if we wanted to pay back the bank's debt the bank left behind in England and the Netherlands. And in the first referendum we had around 96 or 98% of the people said no. We have shown directly to the banks and to the people that we are not going to pay the debts left behind by some collapsed bank. So we think this is something Europe should look at and take upon. It started similar to here. It started protests in Iceland every Saturday where people gathered in front of the parliament. All kinds of groups started being made, and after that the groups started to talk together and things evolved, and people found out that we needed organization to being able to make a decision how to do things and what to do. And one thing led to another, and all of a sudden Gunnar stood up and said, okay, let's make a political party.
We had a lot of meetings with a lot of different groups and different people and talked about how to change things. And out of that we came in with a little party that went into elections in 2009, and we got in that 4 members elected to the parliament. We have what we can call the first actual left-wing government in Iceland. And they are actually more and less working for the banks, helping them more than the homes and the people. When everything is fine, they want to privatize the profits and keep it in their pockets. But when everything goes down the drain, they want to nationalize the debts. Why should we hold up, these bankers? Why should we pay their debts? They should just do them themselves.
Really doesn't matter if it's a left-wing government or a right-wing government. They all do the same, and that proves to us that the controlling power in this equation are the banks and the money pouring from the banks in the pockets of dirty politicians. So this is what in essence has to be changed, and we have to fight for those changes.
The left-wing government in Iceland is following the same path as the right-wing did, who was actually to blame for the crisis. They did make agreement with the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and the left-wing government is actually following that path, which is devastating actually. It's terrible to think about that. IMF is like a bully that's bullying people in countries to pay debts that they shouldn't pay. This is not the work of one man or two men or me or him or anybody else. It's the work of the people. It's the work of the solidarity of the people. The people came together, the people started to fight, the people changed their votes. And we don't get along in everything. But the biggest thing that we want is changes. And we all agree on that. We want to change the system. Yeah, we are on the way, but we have a long way to go.